say.
Good morning, good morning. Welcome to the Community Matter Show. I'm your host, Wallace Senegal. And this morning we're going to have a wonderful show. You know, I want to say good morning to Florida, California, Ohio, West Virginia, Lafayette Parish, all those listening to us on the world web. You know, Fridays, I love to come on Fridays because everyone get a chance that's listening to get our spirit ignited. And in order to get our spirit ignited, we're going to go to the prayer warrior. Good morning, prayer warrior.
Good morning, everybody. I have the word for us. I am Ruby Nell, your prayer warrior. And this one says, keep your eyes on me.
Mm-hmm.
Waves of adversity are washing over you, and you feel tempted to give up. As your circumstances consume more and more of your attention, you're losing your sight of me. Yet I am always with you, holding on to your right hand. I am fully aware of your situation, and I will not allow you to be tempted beyond what you are able to bear. The Lord says your gravest danger is worrying about tomorrow. If you try to carry tomorrow's burdens today, you will stagger under the load and eventually fall flat. You must discipline yourself to live within the boundaries of today. It is in the greatest moment that I walk close to you, helping you carry your burdens. Keep your focus on my presence in the present. Now, you can find all this word I just read to you in Psalms chapter 73, verse 23, 1 Corinthians chapter 10 to 13, and Hebrews chapter 3 to 13. Thank you for the honor of sharing the word with you guys this morning. We ignite all of our enlightenment when we hear this word.
Oh, yeah. Definitely, because I love when you ignite my spirit for sure, and I hope everybody else's spirit got ignited along with this, you know, and we thank you, we love you for all that you do for the Community Matter Show, and we're going to talk a little bit later.
Absolutely, sweetie. Thanks for the privilege to share the word. The one thing I want to say to the audience today, because I didn't know this. Did you guys know one of the disciples was a murderer?
Yes.
My mother told me about. I did not know that. I'm going to find that word, and tomorrow, next week. Next Friday, I'm going to give you guys that information during the word.
Yes. Well, you know, the Bible brings you out of the deception that you was had while you was growing up, and the things that you did that you didn't know that you was doing. And just about everybody in the Bible went to prison some kind of way or another. Even Jesus Christ went to prison before they crucified him. So, you know, so we thank you for all that you do. We love you for it, and I
love you guys as well, sweetie. Thank you so much.
Until next Friday, you know, we're gonna say, stay prayed up.
Absolutely.
All right,
okay,
well, y'all come back now, yeah.
Paul say, all right, prayer warrior, y'all come back now.
I love Paul, too. Paul is so cool. Paul's been listening to the word from the beginning, and I know that.
Yeah, well.
From the beginning, that's my guy.
Yeah, we got one in the studio that listened to it, too. They call him Skip.
Skip?
Oh, yeah. Skip.
That's what I'm saying. You guys keep me going.
All right.
When I know about you guys keep me going, and we're going to get this word. We're going to have that planet down in our soul where we're remembered from memory.
All right. We thank you.
I love you guys.
All right. Have a blessed day.
You as well.
All right. I want to say good morning to my guest, Erica Fox, and what's her name?
Natalie Spencer.
Natalie Spencer. They're going to be the guests on the show today, and they're going to be Picture the Power. My co-host, Oscar Narcisse, he's on his way. So until he get here, y'all gotta deal with me and these lovely young ladies here, that have powerful word. And with that, I want her to reintroduce herself and what she's all about.
Well, thank you first off for inviting us here. It's an honor and a privilege to be able to speak to your audience and to connect with the community. So thank you for allowing us this time.
You're welcome.
My name is Erica Melanson Fox. I am a singer and an artist myself, but I also run a history museum here in Lafayette. It's called Maison Creole de Freetown, or Maison Freetown for short.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
And my name is Natalie Spencer. I am a creative writer, actress, and a songstress.
Wow. You see, you guys got to forgive me because they came up here on me and dropped all of this on me. So
But
this
you're
is
a pro.
why.
You're a pro.
This is why I don't know a lot about them, but I heard so much about them, and when you hear things, you don't really hang on to it. Oh, here comes Straggler. The trouble me. Before we get too far gone, today is Oscar's birthday. I'm not going to tell y'all how old he is.
That's why he late his birthday.
He just doing what he
Boy,
wants. It's
I
his
told you that
birthday.
now seen something else.
What you mean I'm something else, man?
Yeah, you're a handful, bro.
I know.
Will you allow us the privilege to sing him happy birthday?
Wow.
You
better get on with it, girl.
We better back up from the mic because we can sign.
Hey,
Yes.
you gonna ruin him now.
Okay. Well, he
Come on.
deserves it. It's his special day. Okay.
All right.
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Oscar.
Don't be making noise.
Happy birthday
Day to you.
you.
Thank you.
You're welcome. I bet you didn't
All
expect that.
right. Hey, look.
Many more.
This is the first. I didn't get that on my birthday.
Oh, you'll have to come back.
But this is the first, and I appreciate you. I appreciate you guys doing that for him.
That's right.
That's my
Thank you,
boy.
guys. Oh, yeah. Yes, we fight the road. We go down the road fighting for all kind of justice and equality.
Yes, sir.
We got all kind of trouble in this world with the way this world is leading. Mm-hmm. A lot of people need to turn to Christ.
Yeah.
Yes,
Yes. And I thank God that He allowed me to see another year.
Yes.
Everybody asks what I want for my birthday. I don't want no material thing. I'm blessed that the Lord has allowed me to see another year.
Yes.
Just keep throwing the love on you, and that's good enough.
That's all I want.
Yeah.
Love is good enough.
You turn your love light on.
That's right. So what's Erica? I hadn't seen you in a while.
I know it's been some time. I've been inside, keeping my head down, trying to do good work. So
I got to intervene right here. If you wouldn't have been late, you would have known what she was all about.
Well,
it's his birthday. Can't chastise him too much.
I see that she's into the historical museum for Freetown.
Yes,
Yeah.
sir.
That's a very good idea, and I see y'all promoting Zydeco because I played an important part in the Zydeco industry on the radio show, and I would hate for us to let Zydeco die. You know, and one thing, Wallace, I looked at the event at the in Opelousas at the Yambly building, and unfortunately, man, it was another Chris Ordway show where they had to shut it down because the crowd got rowdy.
Yeah,
you
out
know,
of hand.
It got out of hand, and you know, I hate when it get down to that point, man. Because it put a bad taste in everybody's mouth.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, you see more and more of that. I'm lucky enough because running the museum, we can take some creative liberties, and having grown up in a household where Zydeco played 24/7
Yes.
Right.
in our household, you know, I wanted to kind of connect back to something that meant something to me. So I just hope that people see the beauty of that culture and can honor it the way it's supposed to be honored.
Yeah, because, you know, back in the days, and I say that all the time, I got a chance to work with Cliff, I got a chance to work with Buckwheat, I got a chance to work with a lot of the Zydeco artists. And back in the days, everybody had love for one another. You know, and unfortunately, right now, I don't know where the love has gone, but we need to rejuvenate the love and bring it back.
Yeah.
No God, no peace.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, because they keep saying no justice, no peace, no God, no peace. That is a beautiful
That's a word right
saying.
there.
That is a word, a powerful word.
Yes.
That we and the young people that is watching the show, y'all, we need y'all to understand, Zydeco is our heritage.
Right. Why tear it down?
Why tear it down?
Yeah.
Exactly.
You know?
Exactly.
You know?
And every time we go to trail rides and festivals, and we have to act other than human beings, because you're acting like an animal then when you got to go fighting and for stupid stuff. You know?
Listen. There's no need for you to bring the fight to the party.
You come to dance.
You come to have a good time.
Yeah.
The word party means to have a good time.
Mhm.
It don't mean nothing else but having a great and good time.
Right.
And socializing.
And
Yes.
I'd like to segue, if people want to fight, maybe not with hands, but using their voices.
Yes.
This is the reason why we are here, because we have an upcoming exhibition called Picture the Power. I don't know if your audience can see, but basically it is using the opportunity for
It's in
creatives.
black and white. I asked her why she didn't have it in color. But, you
If
know,
y'all want to donate a color printer to Maison Freetown, we will gladly accept
all
it.
right.
But it's called Picture the Power.
It is a exhibition sponsored by Power Coalition, which is a nonpartisan organization that activates people to get out and vote, to be community advocates, to make sure that their voices are heard. And they partnered with Arts Framework, that has a collective of artists throughout the state. And we have been doing various projects with them for a couple years, and that's one of the reasons Natalie is here. She'll speak about it too. But they really want to engage artists to have a voice, to make sure that we are going to the polls. They provide everything from transportation to get to the polls, as well as they have sample ballots that breaks down who's running for what office or what the issues are. They want to make sure that we have an active voice in our community, so that we're not just sitting on the sidelines or fighting at other places to take out our whatever kind of anger or make your fight be something that could really impact us.
Yeah.
I spoke on the show and I said that a lot of younger people needs to get involved in the election process. And for a lot of them tell me, Mr. Oscar, I feel like my vote don't count.
The only vote
If we would have been together, we wouldn't have Trump as president. But because we was not together, and a lot of us felt like, hey, my vote don't count.
Exactly.
So look what we have. We have 4 years of turmoil and trouble.
well,
Well, it all starts from the education department. Why they ain't voting? They're not.
And that's why I'm glad we need more people to get involved, like Erica, picture the power.
Yeah.
Well, I'm just one of many. True Friends Society is the nonprofit that runs the History Museum, and they started in the late 1800s in the Freetown neighborhood. They were neighbors that were protecting citizens from domestic terrorism and lynchings because of voter suppression.
See?
People were getting, unfortunately, killed because they were exercising their right to vote. So historically, we chose this month, even though it is Afro-Creole Heritage Month, to tie back to that history and to advocate for us to be more proactive as creatives, and to make sure that we are still fighting the good fight that these people, these progenitors that, were providing social and justice services to the community, that we're still doing and walking that journey.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Yes, I know that's a mouthful.
They got a lot to do with the education system.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
So,
I'm gonna tell you why. If two things one public education should do. Future citizenry, both public and private. You see, they're not teaching that. And they heritage. They don't know their history.
exactly.
It's very important to know your history because you don't have a clue what's going on now.
Exactly.
Well, another thing too, they took civic out of school.
Yes.
Yeah, that's right. Well,
And they're trying to take other things out of
history,
schools
Black
today.
history out of school.
They're trying to take our voting right from us. In other words, when they say make America great again, make America back the way it was for them, not for us.
Well, like I always say, Wallace, just like people don't want to talk about slavery and the injustice of slavery, there was injustice in slavery.
Yeah.
The people that reaped the benefits were the people that made the money off of slavery.
Right.
Okay? And until we begin to have dialogues on this, we're going to continue to have the problem.
That's
well,
right.
guess what? The state, the one would set the teaching goals. They're the ones. That's why we got to go after the state because they set up the curriculum for these kids to learn.
Yes.
All right.
That's the problem.
Let's take the phone call.
It's not culturally based. It need to be culturally.
Yes.
Okay, let's take the call. Good morning, caller. Welcome to the Community Matters Show.
Good morning, guys.
Good morning.
Like I say on Fridays, I look forward to getting up and watching y'all because y'all actually it's what y'all got your title is community matter.
Thank you.
It's not just a paper show, but they read off of the internet and stuff, or what they get off the internet. But to your guest, Miss Erica Fox, she's got something going good, and I just want to give her flowers while she's living.
Thank you.
Thank you.
She got the museum representing Creole
Amen.
in a place where people was free, black, colored people was free in Freetown.
Mm-hmm.
And I have a history. I'm going to just say it real quick. My grandmother, my great-grandmother, and my grandfather was from Freetown. My grandmother was a Mouton through a white guy, but my great-grandmother was a Figaro. And they still have some Figaros in Freetown.
That's
Yeah.
right.
My grandfather was a Haskin. She said he was a black Jew. Now I don't know. But your record, the Creole cleanup woman,
Yes.
keep cleaning up. I'm not talking about the sweeping part, the money wise. Keep the money in your pocket. And Oscar, happy birthday.
Thank you.
I'm going to correct you on the another Chris show. It was a bunch of artists. It started Friday and it ended Sunday. And Chris played Sunday, and I think it was pretty good. It was the Friday, the Saturday that these little youngsters came and kind of threw things off.
Yeah.
But they trying to do something to make it better. But
Well, we got to educate. We got to educate our young people that, again, when you're going to the Zydeco, it's not a place to go to the Zydeco to act a doggone fool. It's to go there and have a good time and talk about how much you had a good time. When we went to party, we could talk about it for weeks and weeks on how we had such a
until the next party.
until the next party.
Yeah.
Okay? And you got to always understand the TV always and social media always picks the negative. All right? So, I mean, that's what we trying to change that mindset, that way of thinking.
And who is the caller? I missed your name.
Listen,
No name.
No name, Mr. No Name.
Been talking about that on social media about that trail ride. It didn't happen over the weekend, but I'm not down in the ladies. But ladies go get their hair fixed, the fingernails. They buy the blue jeans that don't make sense with all them holes in it for a couple of $100. The guys get their hair cut, get the boots, the hat, cowboy hat and stuff, the shirts. That costs.
Yes.
So it's a lot. And then I don't know how much it was to get in. You could buy either that pass for the weekend or every day so much.
Yeah.
So it's a money thing into it, and I wish they would. And the bands already don't have no place to play.
That's right.
So these are the clubs are closing.
They can come play at Maison Freetown. We got
So
space.
It's just sad for us to mess up our culture like that. And really, the true meaning of Zydeco. You know, it's a money-making deal, and the other race is going to take it away from us if we don't let it.
They're gonna utilize it.
Play Zydeco in another way to teach them dancing lessons that they didn't know how to dance Zydeco. I'm going to say this, and I'm going to let y'all do your show. Over the weekend, this weekend is Festival Acadienne.
That's right.
And the Rocket Bowl and the Madame de Rocket Bowl started yesterday is a total, and I'm not promoting them. They have a total Zydeco weekend because of festival. There's no Cajun. You know, so I just want to bring that up. Y'all have a good
Yeah, it's an
day.
all-black lineup.
Erica, keep up the good work.
Thank you. I
love you.
appreciate you.
Take care.
All right.
Have a good one.
That caller know you.
Yeah.
Well, I see. That's why I was like, "Who is that?" But thank you so much for calling in,
Yeah.
and I just want. I hope you're still listening. Invite you to come out to the museum. We are a descendant community. You kind of mentioned some of your family members. Many of those people were here from the very beginning and contributed to the Lafayette you see today, and we are definitely starting to document some of those last names of the people that were here. So I would encourage you to come. 800 East Vermilion Street. We're open Wednesday through Fridays, and come talk to us about your family because we want to document them.
Well, you know, what street is
The cross street.
Martin Hat Shop?
It's on Stewart.
Stewart.
On Stewart.
Stewart Street.
Well, my grandmother had a cafe there, and the building is still up.
Wait,
Okay.
where? Which is it?
The they got a place that do the tattoo.
No, I don't know. But
Is it a few doors down from where Martin was? Was it like on that same block?
it was before you get to Martin Hat Shop.
Okay. I'll have to drive
And,
down and see.
I think it's gray. They painted it gray now, but years ago it used to be a cafe.
Oh, well, we need to get her on. So we have a digital walking tour. We give tours, but there's also a virtual one. I'd like to add her space as one of the sites. you know?
Yes.
And I was a little kid then, and they used to have a dog sit on the porch step.
Oh, wow.
And everybody crossed that dog, and when I got ready to cross that dog, I don't know what happened. The dog just jumped up and pawed me. you know?
Oh, so you got memories of
Oh
being
yeah,
attacked
I'm
on that
always
street.
remember that. you know, and the food was excellent.
There was a sense of community,
Yeah.
I was told, too,
Yeah,
from
we
back in the
we
day.
got a lot of relatives that lived in Freetown. I remember when we was coming up as kids, Mom and Daddy used to always take us to Freetown, and then we'd come back and talk to Mama Land. You know, we used to call her Mama Land, and Mama Land used to tell us, "You see, y'all got a hard way to go if y'all don't straighten up."
Yeah.
And you know, Wallace,
And she was telling the truth.
Truth, yeah.
You know, back in the days, like I said all the time, our elderly people took control.
Yeah.
Okay, the elderly people took control of
No, they didn't take control. They had
They had
control.
control.
Yeah,
Yeah.
of everybody's kids.
Yeah.
They didn't care who it was. You could have been a little bad boy, but you got spanked.
Yeah.
And guess what? After you got spanked, you got another spanking when you went home.
When you went
Yeah.
They
home.
followed the African proverb. It
That's
takes a
right.
village.
It takes a village.
It takes a village to raise. And you know that's where we lost it.
Yes.
When we lost the village.
Well, Natalie is working to get that village back. She worked on a project that she wrote and directed
Let us
that
know
had
more.
a matriarch basically telling the younger generation how it used to be and how we need to get that village back.
Let's
right
talk
now.
about it. Let's tell us how.
Well, this is part of like another phase of the project that Power Coalition is sponsoring, and it's through the arts framework. I went to a conference in Baton Rouge a couple of years ago, and Power Coalition. It was an arts conference in which different artists of different art forms came to the conference. And Power Coalition was one of the sponsors. And what they did was challenged all of the artists, asking them to upload a 3-minute video. The theme of the conference was your voice, your vote, your power. And they asked that we upload a 3-minute video saying that if we would get the micro commission, it was, some money, what will we do to advance voting or to bring about the awareness? And so I just pretty much said that I would remind our people of the blood, the sweat, the tears that our ancestors faced to get the opportunity to vote, and that I would use the ancestors to tell the story. And I cannot take all of the credit for it because it was strong in my heart to say that, and I prayed before and asked God to speak to me, speak through me, give me the words to say. And after that, I said, okay, when I won, for Acadiana area, for Lafayette, because it was 4 commissions for Shreveport, Baton Rouge, and Lafayette and New Orleans.
Okay.
And I won, the commission. So I was like, oh, God, so what do? I talked all that talk. How am I do it? And I was on my way to work, going to court. Sometimes I have to go to court. And I was just praying and lamenting to God. You know my heart. I've gone full circle. I've worked in the penal system before, professionally. I've worked in the child protection system. Now I'm working the court system back, through the school system. I'm retired, not doing that. And I said, God, these kids, I just want a way to reach the young generation. They don't know where they've been, where they come from, and they definitely don't know where they're going. And he gave me a vision, literally. It was a vision that I saw some people, ancestors, on a throne, clothed in white. The thrones were like trimmed in gold. And from there, he gave me, my organizing my thoughts as far as what is going to be the meat of the story.
So you
And
went
it's-
through a born again experience.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
It was a but God moment.
Yeah.
Right? He answers why we get called.
That's right.
He didn't know. I didn't know that the praying that I had been, Lord, what's going on? You know my heart. I want to
yeah.
da. So anyway, he put this platform in my hand. He did, and so the basis of the script that I wrote, that God gave me, was a grandmother. And I wanted that grandmother to be educated. And I also, it was, came in my vision. I told Erica that first you always think about your mother. My mother was a praying mother.
Amen.
My mother was one that always taught us to love, always taught us, to have the love of God in us. And so I thought about Erica as being a historian. I thought about my mother as having that close bond and relationship with God. She was an evangelist. So I told Erica that God gave me this to make the grandmother an educated woman. She was a historian, and she was an activist, and she was a God-fearing woman, a Christian. And she was raising her son. But all of the experience that I've had in the different jobs that I've worked on, in the penal system, I met some of the best people in prison.
Yeah.
that made mistakes.
Well, you know, if you
You know.
read the Bible right,
Yes.
a lot of people that was in prison, they wrote letters out of prison to the different churches. You know, especially in Corinthians. You know, Paul.
Yes, he uses the most
Most.
imperfect vessels.
Yes, yes.
God always come forth that way. In the Bible, it was illustrated all through, like you're saying, even from the beginning with Moses.
Yeah.
You know, Moses killed a man.
Man.
Yes.
You know, and with David,
Yeah.
David, you know,
Goliath.
killed a man to cover up his sin with the man's wife.
Yeah.
You know, and so on and so forth. He used the actual prostitute
Yeah.
to help the children of Israel get in the land of Canaan.
Canaan.
So, you know, where I'll be going on and on and on, going back
Yeah.
to the thing.
Okay, we got a call coming
You done
in.
stirred up somebody's
Yes.
spirit.
Good morning, caller. Welcome to the Community Matter Show.
Yeah, I hate to call back in a sense, but I wanted to tell Erica I saw on the public broadcast they did a segment on her. And I
Yes.
really enjoyed that. You had Don Angel.
Yes,
I
sir.
don't know who's that Zydeco artist you had. First time seeing him.
He's
Because
out
I
of
know a
Lake
lot of
Charles.
Zydeco artists. And you really was representative, really good on that broadcast,
Thank you.
Thank you.
you know.
Thank you.
And but y'all talking about the grandparents telling the kids this and that. But if you look back at Emmett Till, his mother told him before he went to Mississippi, it wasn't the same like in Chicago. So the parents was trying to tell us, don't do nothing, because back in the days, if the parents didn't take care of you, these other people were going to take care of you, and it wasn't going to be right.
Yes.
So just to add a little bit more to the fire, that's all. Thank y'all for everything y'all do.
Thank you.
Oh, hi, Paul from Lake Charles.
Paul still on the phone? Paul.
He there.
Yeah, I'm there.
All right, all right.
Holler at the brother. Always appreciate this call, man.
All right.
Thank
Book.
you.
Right
All
on.
right.
Oh, I got another one for y'all.
What's that?
Your guest. Hey, welcome to. I want to welcome your guest, but I got something for Vivi. Don't take it personal. Love you like a fox. I didn't want to say that.
Love you like a fox.
Paul is our comedian.
He's the resident comedian. It was
Yeah,
love you
yeah.
back. Thank you.
Yeah.
You know,
Now look here, Vivi. Y'all come back now. You hear?
oh yeah. but you know, Erica
And Natalie.
and Natalie, you know, it does take a whole village to raise a child.
Well, one thing I think Natalie was probably getting to, the grandmother actually changed the heart of
yep.
her. Was it a grandson or the son?
And you quoted exactly what I have in the script, because I've heard it so many times.
Yes.
Vote for what? It ain't gonna do no good.
Exactly.
And that was in it. So the grandmother basically raised her grandson. And when he was 18, because traditionally in all our households, when you turn 18,
You gotta register.
you had to go
Oh,
and
you had to
register
register.
to vote.
Oh, yes.
And it was a proud moment.
Yes,
I
yes,
remember
yes.
joining the NAACP.
did,
That
yes.
was something back then where
Yeah.
you
It
pay
was
your
proud.
$5, $10 or
Yeah.
whatever. But it was pride.
Right, yes.
And the grandmother instilled that in him.
Yes.
But he lost his way. He wanted to do things the fast way.
Yes.
He didn't see the changes that was happening because he was looking in the flesh. He wasn't
Yeah.
looking in the
Spirit,
spiritual
that's
eye.
Come on
And-
now.
And so,
And a lot of times we don't see the changes because we want the changes to come so quick and fast.
Yeah.
that's right.
But you know, sometimes you just gotta wait on God.
And
Correct.
right now we living in the microwave world.
Oh
Exactly.
man!
Which is
Oh.
why history is important, because when you look from the context of going back,
Yes.
then you can see the advances and the changes. But if you're just looking from this one day to next day,
You will never see
probably
no-
won't see
Yes.
See
it.
the change.
You
So,
know,
yeah.
y'all hitting a very important subject for me.
Well,
When you're going on the issue, you don't go 2 or 3 weeks. They done
Come
got
on
you
now.
pegged now.
Mm-hmm.
You go,
Yes.
oh, they ain't gonna fuss but a couple of weeks and they gonna die down.
That's
you
right.
got to continue till you get it.
That's
That's
right.
right.
That's
Yeah.
right.
And that's the difference between today as versus in the 60s.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
When our ancestors,
Was
some
fighting.
of them have gone on.
Yes.
But when they were going through the civil rights movement,
Yes.
the voters movement,
Yes.
they were one.
Yeah.
And
You know-
and we got to think about all the pain that they endured.
They endured the bus strike.
They endured the dogs, the water hose.
That's right.
The
That's right.
hanging, the lynching.
That's
Yeah.
right.
You know,
Ain't no dogs biting you. Ain't no water hose shooting on you. What's the excuse?
you know,
Come on now, exactly.
You know, Natalie, I
Exactly.
always try to tell this story. I remember when they first gave us our voting right. My mama,
You remember
and
that.
Daddy, and the neighborhood. They was all on their porches and
Yes,
stuff like
yes.
this here, talking
Celebrating.
about how we went and voted. Years old before I registered to vote, and I had that attitude at one time. Vote for what? You know.
Yes.
And when this guy asked me, he said, "You have any kids?" I said, "Yeah, I got 2 kids, a boy and a girl." He said, "Don't vote for yourself. Vote
But
for
them
them.
kids, that's right, the future.
Vote for their benefit."
Right.
And I registered right then and there. I stayed in California for 30 years. I came back in '66. 2 days later, I was downtown getting my voter's registration card. I used to carry all my voter's registration card.
Just
And do you know a lot of people don't know they should carry their voter's registration
it's
card?
a form of ID.
Yeah, that's a form of
Identification.
identification. You
It's
could get
citizenship. That's citizenship.
citizenship. Yeah,
Citizenship,
it
that's
puts your
right.
citizenship. And
good point.
even when a police officer stop you, you know, if he stop you crazy, you could say, "Hey, look, I'm a registered voter."
That's right.
And once you tell him that, he's gonna have a different attitude with you. You know,
Yeah, he gonna kind of back off. You right?
yeah, that's just like letting him know I have a Miranda right, man.
Yes.
You know, and they'll back off of you, because California. I always say California was racist, hidden racist. Here it
It's
was
in your
blatant
face.
racist, you know. And they used to do things to you, and I used to try to say it, you know, tell people
What?
that what they was doing to you, and they didn't understand that because they wasn't raised up in it. I remember when I first got there, some girls, I had a car full of girls, you know, and they wanted to go to breakfast. It was like 2 o'clock in the morning. I got out the car, was going to the back door.
Because that was the custom.
That was.
Oh, you couldn't go to the front door?
Yeah, that was the
I
custom.
was going, not here. You couldn't go to the front door, going to McCurry's almost. You had to go to the back door, Woolworth.
Yeah, down on
Yes,
Jefferson.
yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
You know, you had to go through the back door. And I got out the car. I was in California and started going to the back door. And those girls asked me, "Where you going?" One of them said, "He's from Louisiana."
You still had that mentality.
Mentality, yeah.
And let me tell you, that's one of the problems. We talked about it yesterday. Generational trauma.
Yes. Yes.
We, as a people, have so much work to be done. We could never be tired because we have so much generational trauma that has been put upon us and we don't even realize it.
Yes.
Of the way our mentality and way, so it's almost like we have to deprogram to reprogram.
Right.
We look at the children today and the things that they're doing and involved in, and we don't think that that is affecting them
Yes, it
because
is.
they are, you know,
Yes.
young adults or young teenagers. But it's because of the generational trauma that has been put upon our fathers that is falling on them. So
Well-
that's what the focus should be.
But you know, Natalie, I say this, and I'm glad you brought up the generational trauma. Because, and I always say it, until we address the issues of slavery, we're going to always have the trauma.
Yes.
And the only way we can solve the problem with the trauma is to sit down and have dialogues. That's right. Open conversation.
But the thing of it is, the best time you could have open dialogue is at a family function. And if you try to bring it up at a family function, the first thing they tell you,
I don't want to hear it.
we're not here for that.
Yeah.
We here to have fun.
Here you come with them politics. I hear it all the time.
Well,
Yeah.
let me say this. On Sunday at 12 noon, all black families came to the table together.
Yes.
Okay, we don't do that anymore.
No.
Okay, and that's one thing. I remember my grandmother, and my grandmother had 12 children, and the grandkids. On Sunday, we all rallied at my grandmother's house, and stories was told of what they endured.
Absolutely.
Okay, if you don't know where you come from, you have no idea
where
to know where you're going.
Yes.
Okay, so the old people used to put the map on the table. That's what I'm gonna call it. The map, and to give you the instruction in order to know where they came from and what they endure, and how you can make your life better and not go through that.
You know, when I first came back, I hate to keep bringing up California, but I was with a lady. I got with a lady, and she had grandkids, little baby, and we used to sit him in his car seat and I used to put him in the front of the TV, and our TV had a button speaking Spanish.
He learned how to speak Spanish.
I was trying to let him hear the Spanish. We talking English, he hearing the Spanish. He'll learn how to speak the Spanish, and he'd have been bilingual. Well, they wasn't ready for that. I seen the Mexicans that was here when I got back home, and now they all over. They got jobs, and guess what? We ain't speaking Spanish. They speaking Spanish. That's just like back in the days when you were speaking French. A lot of time our parents didn't want us around when they were speaking French, so we don't really know it. And I wish I knew how to speak French when I went to California.
Well, one of the things at our museum, first it's a house. It's a house museum, so it already has that grandmother feel, and that's one of the compliments people give us when it feel like grandma's house. And we do host French tables around a kitchen table, like all those old time traditions that we have been, reared in. We try to keep some of that inside the house. So the French table is literally in the kitchen, at a kitchen table where people can talk if they know French or not.
Have you been here before?
Coffee.
Have you been here before?
Have I been here in AOC?
No,
before?
no. Have you been here before? Because you
in
are
life.
in life.
Yes. What's her name? Tina Marie has a song called Deja Vu. I do feel like I have. I've been here before. But that's because I was raised at grandmother's house. My parents had 2 and 3 jobs, so we had to go to Papa and Mama's house a lot, and they were the storytellers and the griots that you mentioned, and a lot of that poured into me. Is specifically into the museum. So one of the things that we're especially proud about is we started a project where we would go and sit on the porches with our elders in the neighborhood. We would press record and let them tell stories. And we've gone on to collect over 400 stories within our neighborhood and surrounding parishes in collaboration with KRVS. They were able to get StoryCorps, which is a national storytelling organization, to come here. And now those stories of Mama and Papa, or somebody having just a conversation about how they make their roux, is archived in the Library of Congress. So people will be able to hear those stories from now and forever. When we're gone, them stories will still be there.
If Trump stay in office, we got to watch it. Because
we got our own website too. If it come down, you will still have access to it, hopefully, some way, shape, or form.
You know, Erica, I am a true Creole because I can speak the Creole language.
Okay.
Mon parle français.
Mon parle français. I'm learning it. I learned Parisian French or whatever in school, but
and
it's different.
It's totally different. Creole French and there's I grew up in St. Martin Parish.
Oh, then y'all got your own kind of Kouribani.
Oh, right, Kouribani. Asi
That Moguer this,
Moguer Silala. You know, and that's how our grandparents used to talk to us in the Creole language.
Yes.
You know? And you know, I look at people like Clifton Chenier who grew up in Laurelville.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and sung and brought the Creole language all across the country.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay, right now we don't have too many Zydeco artists who can speak the Creole language.
Mm-hmm.
We got a handful of them.
Yeah.
You know, and we need to change that culture. and
Corey
go back.
Lede does. Corey Arsenault does. Cedric
Yep.
Watson
Yes.
does. So we have some that are keeping it. And if I'm being honest, I still love the more traditional Zydeco.
Yes.
Not
Yeah.
to discredit or some of the newer ones
Well,
that
the
are coming
older,
up, but the ones that
our
are.
older generation
Yes.
like it and understand it.
Yes.
You know, the younger
So I must
generation.
be one of the older.
Yeah.
I'm getting on that side.
Yeah, the younger generation have the
It's more
hip-hop.
R&B and
Yeah, hip hop.
Yeah, they took
Hip-hop
it
based.
to the next level. Which
But they can throw a few little words in there just to keep it going. you
Yeah,
know?
well,
I applaud Corey because Corey's my little cousin, and you know
Yes.
I have traveled with him and I have booked shows for him. And you know, one thing about Corey, his grandfather was Clifton Chenier's drummer.
That's right. So
You know,
he's
And
part of that legacy.
He's part of that legacy. Corey grew up in Houston, and one thing about him, every holiday the family got
Yeah.
together in parks, and that's one thing we always did. We had a boucherie, and we could sit down and tell stories, and the old people would talk French and get us involved.
well, that's just like Corey Arsenault and the Hot Peppers.
Yes.
You know, a lot of time on his show that he do on Saturday,
He's speaking Creole.
he speak Creole.
Yes.
You know, he breaks it all up.
Yes.
Yes.
And I don't know if I'll ever learn it, but I do know a few words. You know,
But
when
you know the
Enough
bad.
to
You know the bad
understand.
words.
No.
You
I know the good words. I know the
Another-
good words.
Yes,
All right.
yes, good.
Yeah.
All
I
right.
think everybody know the bad words. Well,
Yeah.
how did that happen?
Well,
but yeah.
I didn't learn Spanish too much, but I knew what they were saying about me.
All right.
You know, you
You
could
could
pick
hear
that
your,
up.
your name being said.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Well, they got to say your name, and when they call you a mariate and all that other old stuff.
Yeah.
You know, I knew what that was because they teach you that.
Yeah.
You know, the bad words.
But the power in people is to know where they come
Where
from.
you come
Yeah.
from, where you come
That's
from.
that's the number one thing. And if you know where you come from, you're definitely gonna set a path for you to travel.
Amen.
And that's what's so empowering about Power Coalition. Ashley Sheldon is the founder of this.
Okay.
And, you know, it's about equality and justice. They're nonpartisan, as Erica said earlier. They provide a platform for regular lay people, talented people, and we are multi-layered talent,
Yes.
to be able to express themselves through the arts. And they have strategically started the arts framework to actually promote voting through that.
All right.
Her display that she has up now, it's traveling through Louisiana. And it was in Lake Charles, and now it's at Maison de Freetown.
Okay.
And it's extraordinary to see. It's photographers from all over that actually captured moments, photographs rather, about something that was relatable about voting. There was somebody that, it was a sign more, that's very popular, like No Lives Matter to Black Lives Matter, but it was like catching moments of people being inspired or being forthcoming and expressing themselves through the lens, like the photographers through their lens, what it means for them about voting. So it's portraits all throughout
Several
the,
artists, yes, from Lake Charles, Shreveport, Alexandria. There's several photography artists that are represented. They went to rallies, they went to voting booths, they went to community events, and really showcase people in their element, being proactive in their communities. Ashley Shelton, she is an incredible woman who literally goes and advocates. I think you mentioned something about lobbying and getting to our, representatives and going to the Capitol to advocate on behalf of underrepresented, underserved. She's been doing that for years. So I want to give her props too, because this organization
question is
incredible.
Let the people know the time the museum open up.
So the museum
And what
is
time it
opened Wednesday through Fridays between 11 to 4. This is going to be an actual reception, so people can come in on Friday, October 17th from 6 to 8 p.m. 800 East Vermilion Street in Lafayette, next to Workforce. And we're going to have some of the artists there, as well as some of the representatives from Power Coalition, talking about what it is they do, how they came up with this idea, and some of the creatives will have an opportunity to share like what inspired them to make this, to make this moving art. And then it'll be up for about a week and some change, like till the 25th it comes down, and then it'll go on to Alexandria. So you have a short time, but you got about a week to come if you can't come for the opening. But we would love for you to come to the reception and meet the artists.
Okay. I'm so pleased that you guys chose the Community Matters show to come on and promote
it's about
this.
the community. It aligns. It aligns.
And I'm very aware now of it. I was aware of it, but I wasn't paying attention to what it was.
We get that. A lot of people that do come, we've been there for almost 5 years now. We started as a small artisan collective downtown, and we very quickly outgrew the space because there's so much talent here, and so many creatives that wanted to be able to show and connect and highlight their work. So we moved into the Freetown space, and this space now allows us to host events that are community based. We are not, I want to say, although we are Lafayette's first and only Black History Museum to date, when truly Lafayette probably needs about 4 different Black History museums, because every neighborhood got its own story, and there's so much that has been, done in this neighborhood, in this community to build Lafayette. I mean, we could probably be telling so many of our, local stories. So although we're in Freetown, I guess is what I'm saying, we try to help tell a Fightonville story, or Macomb Bizet, or Oasis, or all the communities that make up the African American community here. But what I'm especially proud of is we are not your normal history museum. Yes, we have art. Yes, we have educational workshops, but we are still providing those social services, giving out food on certain days in the community, health fairs. We are activating our community in a 360 way, like what True Friends Society, which had a division and still probably does in parks. They were benevolent societies before any social services, before we had Medicaid and food stamps and all that. We had neighbors helping neighbors. That's what this museum is, still neighbors providing services for each other.
And welfare, food stamp, a lot of that hurted our community.
Yes, indeed.
Because we got dependent.
Yes.
It got to be like a drug. Yeah. How people depend on drugs, alcohol, and all that stuff. And then they start moving things out of our community, and we lost that sense of closeness, that connection.
And interdependence.
Yeah.
And pride, depending on each other, helping one another. Yes.
Well, that's why everywhere you go right now, you see that sign saying, "Looking for somebody to work."
Yep. Okay. But we coming down to the end of our hour. I sure appreciate you guys coming.
Thank you.
We appreciate
and
I'm going to say it one more time. Picture the Power, October 17th,
Amen.
Maison Freetown, 800 East Vermilion Street.
Don't be a stranger.
And
Oh,
what
no.
time? Give them the time again.
6 to 8 p.m.
All right.
And for those who've never been to Freetown, we're asking you as a community to come out and support. She's always having something
Yes.
at Freetown
Yes.
regarding the community, something inclusive. And guess what? A lot of things that are held there are free.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
You know, and I want to
most of
say,
the time
if
it
you
is.
don't know where Freetown is, y'all know how to use that GPS.
Oh, yeah.
Just ask Google. We're going to tell you how to get there. All right. I thank you guys. Hey, look, we're going to be back in short
Second show.
for the second show. Thank you.